Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Um Man, so much has happened since I last posted my first video. I'm trying to think where I left off, but I don't really remember. Um the reason why I hadn't posted in the longest time was because the weather here in El Paso is so weird. I think sometime in January it started raining randomly for like 2 weeks or 3 weeks straight. Like it just would not stop. It would be like one sunny day and then like three random days of rain. And it was raining a lot. And during that time, um, I had two tarps on the roof of my RV, but unbeknownst to me, I didn't know they were that worn out already. Like the sun had shoot through them, and water got in, and I was so devastated. A lot of water got in through a seam right here on the roof, and um, we went and bought like another like super huge tarp that covered the whole RV, and I was just so sad because I mean it's so much work for like mold or something to set in, and so yeah, that happened. I didn't film it because I was like losing my mind. Um, but I dried it up. I bought a dehumidifier, and but El Paso's so dry that honestly, I don't. It got like just drops of water inside the dehumidifier, like nothing really much. I set it up there, and El Paso's so dry that like everything after that wet period, after the rain went away and everything, like everything was completely dry. So I was like, okay, I guess. But that happened, and I've been filming since. I just haven't edited or uploaded. But this is me from the future, and I've gotten a lot done. I've I've already finished buttoning up the front and everything, but throughout my videos, you will see the process up till that. And yeah, so that's where we're at, guys. Um, I'm really excited for this build. It's not glamorous, it's not pretty. I don't even know if it'll work, but all I want is for it to um, not to look like the best, but just to be practical and to like be like water sealed correctly, that no water gets in here, and yeah, that I could just chill in here and have a good time, travel a bit, and just hang out in here. But yeah, also guys, if you would like to support me or help me out, this is my RV. I made this shirt, vintage RV, vintage RV life. This is my actual um, photo of my RV that I screen printed myself. So I'll leave a link below, I guess, and I guess to my Etsy. I don't really know where else to sell or put them, but yeah, I have this one, big print in the middle, and then I have this logo on the left side, smaller, like right here on the pocket tee. If you guys would like to help me on this journey, that would be awesome, and get yourself a sick shirt. Just shoot me a message or something on Etsy. I don't really know how it all works too well, to be honest. Social media and all that stuff is kind of new to me. Like trying to sell and market and whatnot. But yeah, that would be awesome. My 1991 Chevy Class C RV. And thank you so much, guys, for watching. If you guys like this video, leave a like, share, so you can laugh at my failures. But thanks, guys. I don't know why you did that. Also, I'm still getting used to editing and how to like put the videos together and format them, and what I think I'll try doing this time, because I have like so much footage. It's like an hour and something, um, like unedited, and I actually have like 3 SD cards already filled. Um, where I think I'll take some footage, make it like maybe 20-30 minutes long, and speed up the process, and then I'll just do a voiceover of what I'm doing. Um, let's see how that works. I don't know. We'll find out. But all right, bye guys.
Okay, so here what I was doing, I put fiberglass resin and a wood sawdust and in a baggie, and I mixed it so that I can put it into the crevice like cake icing, so I can like really squeeze it in there into the gap that was under the new fiberglass that I had put. I explain it way further ahead in detail in the video, but that was my plan, to squeeze in the resin and the sawdust in there. That way the screws, when it was time to put everything together, they had something to bite into because the fiberglass was just floating. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm doing my best to like just try to really shove it in there as far as it goes inside the curve here. And that fiberglass resin really smells. It smells so bad. That's why I have my mask on. And then right here, to just try and just seal the fiberglass and sawdust resin mix in there, I was gonna put tape so it can just hold everything in there, and it could while it cured and dried. And while that was curing and drying, I went ahead and I was sanding and preparing the fiberglass resin that I had put, and fiberglass sheets that I had put under here. And I was just going ahead and sanding it down and trimming all the dry parts that were sticking out, just so I can go ahead and get it smooth to paint it. And I found that cutting it with this the saw here, that it was flat enough to just cut everything really nice and smooth to the wall. Repainting everything. I believe I let it dry, and I think I gave it like 2 or 3 more coats after that. And while that side was drying and whatnot, I went to the other side and I was sanding it and preparing to glue it. So I was just giving a light little sand over here. And I found that when I first started gluing like the fiberglass sheets to the Luan panels, I was using Gorilla Glue, but the spray one, and that one dries immediately. And later I learned that it was way better to use the Gorilla Glue all weather, like in the caulking way, because it was much slower to dry, so you had a lot more room for error. Like if you had to change something, you can go ahead and do it while it was still setting. But I also found that not only did it like fill gaps and kind of expand in places where it was not all the way flat. Um, so it really kind of like it, and it even says don't put it all in one place because it expands. So you're supposed to like um, really spread it out because that's how it works better. And I try doing my best. Sometimes I panic and I just squirt the thing everywhere because um, I find that I can't really get it where I want to, like deep in there in the fiberglass panels, like in the corners, like right there where I was. So I just start squirting it everywhere. But yeah, I really like this Gorilla Glue all weather, and it's either waterproof, but at least water resistant. So yeah, and then so here I am squeezing everything and preparing to put the 2x4s to hold everything down while it dries. And everything dried very well. I really did like using that glue. So I finished gluing this. So I'm gonna I glued this today, and went ahead and not sure no you can't. So went ahead and painted the fiberglass here, the resin that I have put, the gap. This is where that gap of fiberglass and wood was missing. It was like that much. So I went ahead and painted it today. And I had to put a filler in here because there was a huge gap. I'll show you in the photos, but I'm still gonna need more filler in here. And the next is gluing this, adding the rest of the filler in there of resin, and I think she's good to go to put the trim back on. I dry fitted the window today and it fit really good, so I'm really happy about that. And yeah, really good day. So now that the fiberglass resin had cured, I was just trying to dry fit how the trim would fit, and this part was so frustrating. I had to cut and speed up this video like 10 times, I believe, its normal speed because it just wouldn't fit right. This left side where I tell you that they crashed it or hit it with something, just gave me so much headaches. The trim just would not sit where it was supposed to. There was a huge gap of wood and that side fiberglass panel. So I was just here for the longest time trying to figure it out. And I was in my head, I was trying to hammer it there, as you saw, trying to bend it into shape more so that it can actually bite that section, but it just wouldn't. I gave up. So I guess I moved on to this side. And here I am removing the 2x4s after the wood has settled. The wood, I'm sorry, after the glue has settled, not the wood. And yeah, everything was tight and I was happy with it. And here I came and I dry fitted the trim piece, which fits so much better. I bent it a little bit with my hands so it can fit, mold more to shape. But I had no troubles on this side. Everything was really good. And here, I guess I decided to show how I did the fiberglass resin and the sawdust, so that way I can, because there were still some gaps left. I think I made it too watery last time when I put it in the Ziploc bag, and I was gonna go ahead and put more and finish sealing those gaps up that were inside the overcab curbs. So I was here a while, but it took me a while to get the right consistency because it's supposed to be thick like peanut butter. At least that's how Chat GTP described it as. But it worked so good. It dried so hard, and the screws were able to bite into it really, really good. So I guess that's that strap that you see there in orange. I had set it up to try and just squeeze the fiberglass as much as I could to the resin and the wood under it, because it was kind of just floating. So here I am putting the mixture in there and squeezing it in. And then here I almost died. So that weight that I lifted was 50 pounds. And I was going to put it up there. So here you'll see me lift it. And I played it in regular speed because that ladder is very light and flimsy. And I'm about to lift 50 pounds over my head and place it on top of there. And I can feel the ladder like moving sideways. Looking back, I don't know if you saw that, but the ladder moved, and then I'm standing on the last step. So that was very sketchy, and I probably shouldn't have done that. I could have fallen and then had the weight fall on my face. And as it is, I live with traumatic brain injury, so I don't need no more concussions in my life. So yeah, I went ahead and also almost killed myself doing this later, because as you'll see later, here I'm struggling to find a spot where to ratchet this to, so that it can really hug the curve there, and so that the resin in there can dry in the shape it's supposed to. But as I tighten the ratchet strap, I end up pulling the weight on top, and I noticed that I almost pulled it down to my face again at some point, so that was pretty sketchy as well. Almost died twice here without knowing. And it took me a while to try and just find a way how to, because where I'm trying to put the plywood there, the way the fiberglass overlaps to the bottom of the fiberglass panel, there was like a huge gap, like it was just floating in the air, and I wanted it to dry up with the fiberglass resin. And I guess I was panicking because I mean the fiberglass resin dries pretty fast, and I was just trying to hurry. I wasn't really thinking until later. You'll see I just come up with a better idea and put a I forget what it's called. Ah, yes, it's called a clamp. I just go ahead and I put a clamp there, and it solves my problems. It dried very well and how I wanted it to. Okay, so let me try and explain what is going on here, because I made a mess. I have no idea what I'm doing, and I'm just rolling with the punches because okay. So on the other side, the fiberglass, both fiberglass line up beautifully. They don't have this gap right here, and there's no gap inside. As you see here, there's no gap like that. This side is the one that was crashed and damaged, so something in the rebuild didn't line up. As you can see right here in the bottom is where I had to patch up, put the new fiberglass. This is where I had to put the new fiberglass patch right here. It needs a couple more coatings of paint, but there was like a gap like this all across. So I thought it was gonna be smooth sailing, and no, there was a huge gap in here that, I mean, I had to put resin and wood filler, because if I try and screw in with the trim, it'll just bend and break this fiberglass. And don't judge me too hard, this is a contraption I just put to just kind of like pull everything down and hope for the best. After this, my plan is to put fiberglass resin strips, resin and fiberglass kind of like overlapping here, so that the trim can bite down and hopefully be water sealed.
I'm so scared of all this stuff coming undone. Okay. Yeah. But ultimately, for not knowing, this is for not making sure that the wood underneath was smooth right here, that all of this, I guess, like was just one perfect smooth continuous curve. Now I'm paying for it, but I'll show you guys the other side so you can see that the other side is just fine. This is the other side. You can see it matches up nicely. There's no gaps. I already glued this panel. Wait, sorry, almost fell. I glued that panel. Everything's good to go. Just need to put butyl and trim. And yeah.